For the past 2 years, Jocko Fuel has been the only supplement I've consumed. It's helped me stay in shape now that my competitive career is finished. If you've been waiting to try Jocko, the wait is over. Jocko has now teamed with Walmart, bringing clean fuel to the entire nation. Jocko Fuel is loaded with all the good stuff and none of the bad. And I'm talking no added sugars, no artificial sweeteners, and absolutely no gray area or banned substances. Just pure, clean fuel to power your performances. Jocko Fuel is now available in Walmart nationwide. Products available at your local Walmart are Jocko Malt, ready to drink, Jocko Malt Powder, and Jocko Pre-Workout. How convenient. Guys, the time is now. Consider trying some of my favorites like Jocko Go and Jocko Hydrate. You can even do it online. Use code CHAEL30 at JockoFuel.com or just stop by your local Walmart and get your hands on some Jocko ASAP. Don't wait, might not last. Fuel up with Jocko Fuel and crush your goals. Now there's no excuse for not having clean fuel. Guys, I want you to go get Jocko Fuel today at Walmart. Ilia Topuria. I gotta tell you, you'll hear fighters talk about this as a roller coaster. You got the highs and you got the lows. Man, I felt that as a fan tonight. I felt my energy was sucked. And letting go of yesterday is very hard for me. It's just one of those things. And we got to do it in the sport all the time, but I'll just share for you, Max represents an era. Do we agree? And Topuria has put a bow on that era. I believe it to be a mistake, what we're doing. And I want to make sure my words stay in check, that I'm very respectful of Volkanovski, who I believe to be one of the greatest of all time, who I believe to be the greatest of that division's history, in what I believe to be the hardest division there is. And you could argue 155, of which he was almost champ there too. Like, there's nothing about me that would call Volkanovski's credentials, but he should not be fighting Topuria next. Period. What Topuria just did is he ended an era. There was nothing remotely controversial about Ilia's win over Max. There was nothing remotely controversial about Ilia's win over Volkanovski. And now you have Volkanovski, who has lost 3 fights in a row. And you are going to try to juxtapose a body of work, which has just been phenomenal. But we all know recency in the sport. We're as good as our last fight. We understand that. Volkanovski understands that. So we're going to juxtapose 3 losses in a row, 2 by stoppage, against Lopez winning a whole bunch of fights in a row and many by stoppage. No. And what are you going to do with Lopez in the meanwhile, by the way? And there's really not a way to unfry this egg. Volkanovski got brought out. He got foot in the front row. Lopez got brought out. He weighed in. He was almost in the cage. But when it's time to sit down, Lopez is in the second row. Volkanovski's in the front row. When it's time to get down to business and do work, Ilia Topuria goes right into work mode and says, I want to fight both of these guys. What he doesn't know is Volk's about to jump in the cage. So when Volk jumps in the cage, you now got to deal with that. You try to be respectful in the moment. Whether it's going to be your future opponent or not, that is your business partner, and that's the guy that created an opportunity to be where you are now. I mean, Ilia handled that like anyone else would, and you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. You can't unwind, get Volk out of there, bring Lopez in. And that was Lopez's mistake. I saw these guys in the audience. I saw Lopez in the second row where he should not have been. I saw Volk in the front row where he should not have been. And as soon as Volk flinched to walk towards that cage, Lopez should have sprinted in front of him. And I'm just sharing with you, there's not going to be a way, like, it's bad politics for me to come over here and tell you that that's going to be a mistake, because I'm not going to get my way anyhow. But that's still how I feel about it. Lopez is the guy. And you never know. You never know with illness and injury. I mean, a great play like by Topuria is always, my hand hurts, right? I mean, that's what the veteran would do. My hand hurts. Why don't you two fight? in the meanwhile. And then I'll go ahead and take on the winner. Because don't forget the bigger problem you have. What are you going to do if Volk wins? What are you going to do if Volk beats Ilia Topuria? We're going to go to match 3, and then what if Volk wins that one? Then Topuria's gone, who might be our biggest star, or Topuria gets the belt back, and we go, okay, that's the truly, we're done. When we try to light a fire to create a star out of a guy who is currently a star, this is a miss. This is a miss. And John Anik giving an example. And John Anik did it right to Daniel Cormier. So what Ilia Topuria has done for this division, the 2 greatest of all time, and he put them both to sleep dominantly. He said that would be akin to Alex Pereira knocking out Jon Jones and knocking out Daniel Cormier in the same year. He would have clearly established and without question, there is a new sheriff in town. So that's what Topuria did. And to revisit that, yeah, you don't want to take anybody's opportunity. You don't want to take anybody's hope and will and drive. Doesn't matter what you've done or how old you are. Of course you can become a contender again. And of course you can come back and earn these things. But you got 3 losses in a row, 2 of them by stoppage. That's just the reality. There is nobody in our sports history that had that and went into a world title fight.